And the quick just dropped in, he said, you see, Jimmy, that's true. I'm spending, that means I'm going to increase the number of feed. The bigger it's good to have more pigs in the farm, so it's the feed. They're not going to drink water now. He said, Jay. He said, wow, that's true. That's why I'm going to be. I said, you're going to be. I said, if you continue like this, you're going to beat my farm. He said, Jay. Wow. He said, what does that mean? I said, wow. That means you have more pigs. It's good news. So, more feeding. But that means when you're going to sell in 6 months' time or 8 months' time, you're going to make more money. Let's say for that 500, you keep one because you already have 50. I was telling him, you wanted to have more sound. I said, no. Because you have, you know, from the way you're talking to me now, you don't have solid under them. If you have more of them that give pigs. I remember, you know, when I used to holler, if when my farm, early days, we were, I was telling you that I said the same question as I come out of animal that's on the farm, and they keep on telling me the same thing. So I came to the farm one day and said, from now, according to the law of partial mating, I want all the pregnant, all the dry sow to be mated. Before I know it, they mated the 48. I was rejoicing. Until when it became 40 months, and I realized they're going to give back next month, and I'm going to build houses for them. You know, I said the consequence of this is that I turned one of my breeder pen into a winner pen. I turned one of my. I'm not using good at this, yes. But you can hear me though.
Yes.
If you can't hear me at any point in time, please. I suddenly realized I'm not prepared very well for this hour or for these winners that are coming. Eventually, I lost a whole breeder pen for winners. I had to make a decision then because of poor planning. So what I did was to call. I said, I'm going to any animal that's not giving up for the last 2 months, we sell it within the next 4 months. 1, that is to release more cash flow. 2, to create space so that I can have where to put the pigs that are coming. You know the bigger one. There's one in the room. Whereas if they're not there, I can put about 8 smaller ones in there. But I'm meeting my short-term goal at the expense of my long-term goal. It's not a good business. So it doesn't. Nobody else know that I'm losing. But I know I'm losing. If I borrow that money, my manager will know I'm losing, and they will not spend that thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why strategy is so important. Think like an executive. Think through what you're trying to do, and make sure you're doing develop attitude, a winner's attitude. Most agricultural plan, most of the plan will be long term. That's why I always advise don't borrow money to start a farm, because bank will put too much pressure on you that you'll be using your short-term goal. You'll be making a lot of decisions at short-term expense. So like the one I did now, whereby our father that planted the cocoa plant, waited for 4 or 5 years. So the past 3 million Enugu that you are taking oil from, the people that planted it waited for 6 years, not making a single penny. How many of us can do business? How many of us have done business before we don't make money for six years? I've been in partnership with people and we don't make money within 2 years, and the company everybody went upright. And there was a lot of fight. All because the strategy is different. My strategy is a long-term business. We are supposed to grow the farm for the first 2-3 years, or 4 years, or 5 years. Because we are expecting to produce 5,000, 50,000 pigs. I don't know, we cannot produce that if they are selling all our females. And that means, so the strategy, let me give you a good example of strategy. If we want to, one of the farmers I work with, that partner with, our goal was to produce 50,000 pigs in 5 years' time. And that means, going to produce 50,000 pigs, that means that most of the females, you will not be able to sell any one of them for a very long time. Because you have to keep the female in on your farm. So imagine you produce 200 pigs and you keep 100 out of them and you can't sell and you're still feeding. The 100, you can only sell 100. So that means there's no way the business will be, from accounting point of view, or from monetary keeping point of view, it will look good. Most of the things you look at it and you say to yourself, how these people, how can I make it look nice? You try and do whatever it takes, especially if they're not from agricultural background. If they are from other industries, especially oil industry, or most of you here that are working for government, that are working for somebody else. I don't care whether you're a manager, whether you're a CEO, if you don't create that company, there's a high chance you will struggle with pig farming, because you think you don't know anything. If you have not put your money down to invest in businesses and develop it up, and you are CEO of a company or you are a manager of a company, you will fail in agriculture because you think you know. You think you know strategy. You spend all your time putting processes in place when you not build the company. You have to build the company you hire, and if you study them when they started, you will know that they spend a lot of time taking risk, investing, making mistakes, perfecting it. They spend a lot of money hard and more than what they are making. And that's why they become so good that when they now employ you to be the CEO of the company, even if it's an international company that come to Nigeria to come and start something, they perfected the process before they came here. So when they just put you there, you are just managing. You are not a leader. A leader means you have to take risk. A leader means you have to be ready to take mistake. And when you make, you have to be ready to bear the consequence, and you take it with the chin, knowing that what you've learned, they might take everything away from you, but what you've learned, nobody can take it away from you. And that's one of the times. So what I'm warning you guys, especially you that chief executive, or you that are doing very well in your profession, it does not guarantee you're going to be successful, because you've not have to go through the pain of sowing and reaping. You made them in the middle. You the parable that Jesus Christ, when he was taking people in the morning, he was taking people in the evening, and met some people in the evening, and he took them, and he was giving them the same amount he's giving people that have been working since morning. You know that story. You don't know that story. These are the Bible study. But it makes sense, because people that have been working in the morning were complaining that we have been working in the morning. How come you are giving someone that start 5 o'clock? You are one of those people that start 5 a.m. You don't know what the people that are working in the morning have suffered. So bear that in mind as you are developing your company. Don't get too confident. Know that you have a lot of learning curve to go through. View changes as an opportunity. You go through a lot of experiments. If you're not ready to experiment, you will not get to know what works. I was telling you confidently about how I did it. So I could have done that with cassava and poison on my pigs. I was telling somebody last week about when I had 65 problem on my farm. I suffer a lot from it, and I put out that video. If they don't come for the training, they cannot fully understand what I'm talking about. I lost more than 80 to 100 pigs in the process. Now, I went to a farm. If I was working in the farm, she was telling me that there's 60 in that farm. Immediately I walked to the farm, I said, there's no 60 here. He said, how do you know, guys? I said, well, I've been walking up for the last 5 minutes. You know, I shaved my head. If 60 is around, they would have targeted this edge. Because head that is shaped like this, they like it. So if I've been in a place for 20-30 minutes and they have any stone in the head, that's a high chance. Then if I'm sitting back for the proportion, it's also one that we should be worried about. So because I was recommending to put net. Secondly, when I look at the bushes, because they are kind of bushes, see, they're kind of bush that Sisyphus like. You will know them if you have lost it. It's in the process. you will know them. So I look at the bushes, these are the bush you're talking about. I say if they are just overgrown flies that you are dealing with. Yes, you have some but they're not enough for you to net, because to put a net will cost you money. And I'm a profitable pig farmer. If you're going to put a net that's not going to serve any major purpose, it's a waste of money. It looks nice, but it doesn't have any value. So I said, okay, if you are not, give them this medication. If that is troubling you that much, instead of this line, just give them this medication to give you some mind. But if I go to your farm and I get to your farm, and look around like this, there's some jungle I will look and I say, yeah, you need to put a supply net. Now you can only know that for the things that you've suffered. And that is what this training is all about. So, view change as an opportunity, learn from it, don't kill yourself, don't take yourself too serious. Be durable. I was saying somebody that if you're going to be a good pig farmer, you have to be fit. We're going to talk about that a little bit. But durability is very important. You have to be ready to face things and deal with it. There's no party life as a farmer. If you have big trees, you're here. This is where I train both of them. I know you know more about it, right? But this is how I train people that work with me. The two of them that are working with me. They have to work in a jungle for 5 to 6 weeks. And I will not say they should not use their phone, but there will be no network in the farm. So use it if you have the network you want to. I'm not saying no use of phone. All I say is that you cannot go to the city during that period, because I know that I need to break that mentality of, especially with our girls, who thinks fashion and style is what makes a good woman. I'm sorry to say this, fashion and style in the age that we are in now, you and your husband will have to work together to raise your family. You will have to contribute. Unfortunately, when our fathers, in the days of our fathers, they make enough money that they make their wife to stay at home, and their wife stay at home. In our time, the amount of money, the peanut our employees are paying us, it's not going to be enough. Both of us have to work. And both of us are working. Both of us are working. Both of us have to do the housework. We cannot both keep back, because God has made that one women's business. For all the other things will not work as it did before. So we need to be ready to get our hands dirty. We need to be able to do whatever it takes. And women are, from my experience, women are very good with big production than men.
Poultry general.
Thanks for saying that. Well, I'm not qualified to say poultry because I did poultry, but not to this scale. Women tend to be better pig farmer. They tend to pick up problems quicker. They are bigger than to die less. I think it's a maternal thing. They pick up problems. I remember the first time my wife came to the farm. The first time she wanted to come to the farm, so as a guy, I cleaned all the pen, I cleaned the second time, cut all the bushes, cut everything was fine, just to impress her, to make sure everything was perfect. And she came to the farm and she went to the farm. I said, "Wow, I hear you've tried. It's just everything you said. We're going to the farm, I was explaining this, how many this won't give back to, how many this was this, how we're able to deal with this, why we construct this way." You can see from my mouth that I'm not bad at talking. It's like a toasting thing again all over. When I finished, she was just saying, we just go. And when we finished, we went back to the office, we all through the pen. I said, "This is a very good farm." I said, "Whether you have something in your mind?" He said, "Yes." I said, "How come there's so much cobweb on the roof of the pen?" I said, "Cobweb."
Yeah.
I said, "There's a cobweb in the roof of the pen."
Yeah, I will not even.
You will not believe it. I've been working that pen. I built the pen with my hands. That's why I say you chief executive. It's very easy for you to sit down there and be telling you have to be involved in your farm if you want to make any money out of it. And when I go to the pen and I look up, you look up when it has only 1 or 2 straight and don't really know that. This one's like a blanket that I specifically put on the roof to prevent sun from coming in. I said, "How come I never saw this?"
Always looking down.
Always, I never look up. It never occurred to me to look up. I never even thought the hope existed. And I look at it. I said, "Wow, it's a woke up with Akobadisi." So the following day, so I could not just say, I think up to date, I didn't even know it existed. If you have waited till you get home and told me there's a cowboy on the farm, I would have argued till morning. That, no way, you're just trying to pick up things. So the following day, we have to put the process in place to get the cowboy. So since then, anytime people come to my farm, especially they are for opposite sex, female, when I leave them in, their husband, they will come with their husband. If you come to my farm, I'm not paying attention. I'm paying attention. I'm looking at where our hive is going. Because I know you will see what I see. You will see what I'm seeing. So that you haven't had any value to it. But you'll be picking things in the cobweb thing. So since then, I perfected it. So when I talk, first of all, talk by the side, then I talk in the middle, but keeping an eye on where the eyes is going. The female one, not the male one. I remember one day, a guy came to my farm. He has been calling me from ICA. I never know his wife is. So he said, I want to come and visit my wife. It's a top guy in ICA. So he came to the farm. So when I get to the junction of my farm, I went to see him in the car, and I saw that the wife is Filipino. Now, you know Filipino very well there. In the Asian, generally are very good with pig production. And Filipino are very exceptional. And here I am, they are coming in preparation for coming for my training. And suddenly, you know, a power pass power. So when I saw the Filipino winner, I just took myself, what am I going to say this time around? No, they wanted me to go to build a farm. So they came. So when I saw the woman, I thought they just want to take a piece of me. Because your farm is somewhere, I never people have asked me they want to come and see the farm. A farm is not the zoology, it's not where you go without a purpose. You have to have a reason to go there, for me to allow you to go there. So when we go to the farm, when I went to the farm, we still 5 kilometers on the bad road. So I was thinking to myself, I hope she get tired along the way with the bad road and tell her husband to walk back. Or she thinks that if you go through it, you know, we are foreigner, we have bad image in Nigeria. And that's why when I look at texts, as people are painting people, I saw a text one day, I was saying, so I like if somebody is stealing money, let's say he's stealing money, but that takes. I'm not politically biased. I don't care who do in this country. All of us are doing this country are doing crappy job. I'm sorry, because with the way we are, so I'm very neutral. Not because I'm not just interested, because I'm not enjoying whichever is leading. I have a rate of green. I'm not doing a very good job. So I was thinking to myself, so I was saying this lady might think. I was thinking that by the time we go far, you start wondering maybe they want to kidnap. No, kidnap. When they can if you go far into the interior, you're very vulnerable. When she got to the farm, she came out of the car with her husband. That was one of the first time I was not very vocal at the farm because I was very careful about my words. I don't want to get myself high and she deflated me and I started rolling on the mouth. So we went to the winner's house. I was talking to the husband, I was keeping an eye on them. Because any women that come and look at where they're looking at. And she said, can I take a picture with your pig? You know, the ego just came back. And I said, there will be something that she's saying. I said, yeah, no problem, you can take pictures with this. She took the first picture. And she asked me, she said, do you remember what question she asked? She asked, why are you feeding your pigs? I said, he asked, how many times do you feed your pigs? I said, five times a day. He said, why do you feed your pigs 5 times a day? I said, because when the winners are with their mother, they drink milk every 1 hour. So when we win them, so we're giving them only food every 12, if we give them twice a day, that means we're giving them every 12 hours. We give them 3 times a day, when we divide it with 8 hours. The shock is too much to their system. And they will still think milk is coming, so they will not eat. That's why they come down with diarrhea. And as I explained it, I was not as excited as because I didn't know whether it's a test question or education. I said, wow, I never knew that. Oh my goodness. I said, I've broken through. That I can say something to a Filipino woman about peace. And she was impressed. And that's how I started. So when she said, wow, they did that in my country, I didn't even know why they do it. Then she looked at I said, you plant. She said, why do you plant all these plantain around your farm? I said, you know what? Pig can hit the plantain. They can hit the leaves, they can hit the stem, they can hit the root. He said, wow. I said, wow. I said, from there on, my mouth did not stop the beginning. What I'm saying, what I'm saying is, that's one of the reasons why when I teach, I try to give you reasons. So when people ask you questions, I think when you are thinking about what you are doing, you can think it through about why you are doing it. And from here, even improve. I went to this guy, Moses farm. He has moved on from what I taught him. He came here in February. We went to a place, he designed his pen. So at the south, 4 rooms where he put the boa. And anytime his staff is not sure about whether a female is on 8, we're going to talk about him. He said, if you suspect a sow is on 8, just straight to that pen. Because sow will not be interested in male except they are on 8 and ready for mating. So he designed so that the female will have to be walking in front of 4 males. Now when the female do that in pig world, the odor, the smell and the saliva of the male will make them come on it faster. Like imagine 4 males being bombarded by smell and pheromones of 4 males. If you don't get on it, something's wrong with you. You should be called and be eating and be eating as soon straight away. So that's how I was able to always make sure that his eight are not falling through. Now that is not my idea, that is his own idea. That's because you understand, because I explained to him the concept behind it. He was able to build on it. And that's what I expect from each one of us. That's the one of it. It has to be durable. Finish this and we'll have a break. Laugh from bad experience, don't kill yourself. I told you about how I lose 80 pigs. When I say I lose 80 pigs, somebody say, even you are sympathizing with me even after I've learned from it. But that's the reality. As a pig farmer is a profession whereby we don't want me to be, I don't want you to fail. I don't want me to fail because your failure doesn't affect me. Because you didn't have pig doesn't mean they're going to buy for me. They're not going to buy for me. They're going to, when you have pig doesn't mean they're not going to buy for me. There's no room in the sky for all of us to operate. I was telling you about the other side. If I want to fulfill China's order, I need all of you to be as big or as bigger than me to be able to fulfill that order year on. So instead of making naira, we make yen. And yen is better than naira. I can tell you, naira is not doing very well at all right now. It's not doing very well at all. If you're traveling outside, if you don't have any purpose, don't travel because naira is not doing very well. Just spend all your money. So things will go wrong. Just take it with your chin. When you make you start making mistake, stay with them and make sure you learn when the mistake went wrong. Hold up when you make mistake. Forget about the witches, forget about the wizard, forget about your sister, mother-in-law, forget about the father-in-law. Most of the mistakes are always within your reach. You made it. And the quicker you can realize it, you can correct it. Very important. And don't research yourself too much. Be teachable. You guys are teachable, that's why you came here. I know you have a lot of things to do with your time, with your money right now. You can be in different places right now, doing a lot of different things, more than this. But you chose to be here because you're teachable. And that's why that's why I'm trying to speak, even when there was no electricity. I'm trying to speak, that's why I want to keep this on, so that I don't lose my voice tomorrow. Be teachable. In fact, it comes to a level whereby it's not that we don't do that anymore. It's if you have to come, if you know, if you like tomorrow, if you have to go to some farm to go and learn some basic, do it. Video, all of you have watched my video. I would recommend if you have not watched all my video, buy the flash drive. Watch all of it. I put castration there. So when you want to castrate, after we are talking tomorrow, you will forget. It might take about 3-4 months before you need to castrate, you will have forgotten. All you need to do before you go, so your staff will not say, is to watch the video, put the CD and watch the video, put the flash drive and watch the castration again over and over overnight. So when you get to the farm, you don't be like a learner. You go there like a confident thing and be praying to go. You don't make mistake. Or when you want to compound food and you forgot and you forgot it, you can look at the CD. How did they say you compound food again? The sign of it that we're talking about, in 2-3 months time, you might have forgotten what I said. Look, what do you do again? What the video again? I look at how to make, how to detect it, and how to make an animal. Farming, things about to follow. I don't know how to follow. They go to CD and say, okay, how do they say you should follow it? What do you say I should do in preparation for following? Or you want to construct houses, your pen. You want to know what I say again about it. I'll mention it. I'm going to mention it again today. We can go to the video. How many blocks this is? Say 7 blocks. So you use metadone. So we should do the flow in a particular way. It's because that's why it's subtitled. It's one of the most watchable videos. How to build a big pen. Yeah, it was not my business. The quality was big, but it was not in Yoruba language. So I have to put a subtitle. It took ages to put a subtitle there. And I remember one time, one lady, she lives in France. She's from Cameroon. She's called me. He said, you think I was I heal a son of leprosy. I'm just to get you. I didn't know you were going to go back. I didn't know you respond back to me. I'm so grateful. I'm honored. So I said, okay, where are you? Said Cameroon. I said, you know what? I'm traveling next week. I'll call you when I get to England. When I got to England, when I called her, if my husband was around, she would have thought there's something good. She was ecstatic. And we spoke for hours. He said, what's the meaning of SMJ by SMJ? I couldn't understand what he said. SMJ by SMJ. I said, no. I said, okay. I said, 8 feet by 8 feet. But they don't use feet in Germany, you use meter. He said, what is feet? It was then I said, okay, 8 feet is, there's 3 feet in 1 meter. So what I'm saying is 2.5 feet by 2.5 meter by 2.5 meter. He said, now I understand. She didn't look at the video. video when I called her, she said she must have been ruminating that SMA job. Actually, it was done in Yoruba language. What's SMA job by SMA job? And I didn't say SMA job at SMA job. I said by SMA job. So saying she just couldn't remember what is SMA job. What I'm saying is because of that we subtitle you. So I would recommend if you don't have the copy or you need try and get a copy, it's just because you need to keep on ruminating about yourself. Every technique when you have the system lighting as well. How the people came and helped us to solve the silver problem was recorded, so you can actually see what you need to do, what kind of things to look out for. You don't just put a net in your pen without making sure you be physically fit. This one cannot be underestimated. You need to be fit. If I show you this next picture, you will not believe me. But when I was in the UK for a very long time. When I was coming back, I realized it's going to be very tedious, it's going to be very tough. So I said, what can I do to make myself fit? I like my food. I just like it. Sorry, Beatrice. But I need that level of fitness, and I've been working on the desk, on the table. I'm a business project manager, business analyst. So I've worked the last 20 years in Europe on the desk, and I know I'm going to come to hot temperature, bad road. I'm going to be going in the jungle. I'm going to be doing construction. How am I going to have the stamina to be able to sustain that? Farming is not for you if you are physically not fit. You need to be able to walk 2 to 3 kilometers unaided. Because you can be going to your farm and your tire rupture, busted, and you have no spare. Sorry, there's no vulcanizer. I like Nigeria. On the road there's always vulcanizer somewhere. Anytime you come, it's as if they are waiting for anytime. I just keep on driving on next 100 meters. I know there's some vulcanizer somewhere. Even if I've not seen it before, it will just appear like a godsend. But on the farm, you don't have vulcanizer. So if you don't have spare tire, you have to walk. You rest of the journey. I was on the farm one day and it says 7 o'clock. Omiadio, the last time you pick Omiadio, what time was it when you left Omiadio? 12 noon.
No, AM.
With who? On her own. She wants to go and sell things. She left farm at 12 a.m. in the night. Orugajo. That's when she was bringing animals. Someone wanted to buy a breeder pigs and not to bring them in the night. And the car broke down along the way. And they got to the farm late. On the way back, the farm broke down. She's on her own. No boyfriend, no husband, no boss, nothing. She was just with the driver, whom she picked up, who she just knew, just recently to come and let him pick up the pig. Now, you must have sound mind, and you must be fit to be able to do that. A man here should be able to carry 50 kg of food on his back and walk. If you never man, you need to carry 20 kg of your feet. Because the problem is that if you start doing chankara, which is very common, you will be able to feed your pig. You get assistance. You not stand on, because I think one of the reasons I'm saying this is that because I always say to somebody, you want to finish your best time, give him a promotion in Nigeria. I'd rather give you one than give you a promotion. Because I don't know I think we have kind of okay, I can't say about Delta, but Yoruba land, I think you have Gary kind of head. Immediately you place your style and give him a promotion. It just become dysfunctional. I give him a promotion. So me, I don't give anybody time to you. Your own star. All I do is I pay you more. Because I've lost 2 or 3, 4 stars. Because I promoted them. They are the most advocate staff, they're very versatile. Immediately I promote them to think when you promote, is it going to do any work? And then command everybody around. And the next thing, it became useless, started misbehaving, I have to send him over. I said to myself, I caused it by myself. So the next time I do my farm is rating. Very good, I increase your salary. So you may be doing the same job. I give you more money, but I think you're adding more value to the farm. And your staff, you need to be able to motivate them, because if you don't motivate them, your investment, that's me, running London Marathon, 2006. So I shrank that because it's not the marathon that's as important as the training you need to do. Marathon is easy. To run marathon, you need to lift up your leg 35,000 times. It's 42-kilometer race. I did it for 6 hours. You need to lift up. So to train your leg and your heart to be able to handle that, you need to spend a lot of time training. And it's the training that made me very fit then. So when I came to Nigeria, I built my farm with my own body. I built it with my own hand and back and sweat. And it was sweat. I carry out, the road was very bad. I can only do 5 trips in a day. So when I came, I bought Paragon vehicle. I would drive it to the farm, take the first batch in the morning at 6 a.m., second batch, then I come back to the farm, take blocks, second batch, take cement, and at the end of the time I got the cement, I started bringing them back to the farm. I did that for 3 weeks non-stop, from 6 a.m. to 5 a.m. I get to like this. Somebody used to argue me that you need to bath before you go to sleep. Because you're not tired enough. If you are tired enough, when they put food on you, you put food in your mouth. And when you wake up in the night, you take the food out and you can go and sleep in the bed. So it's be flexible. You need to be able to do a lot of things as a farm. You need to be able to mend your pen. It's not everything you have to call bricklayer or carpenter. You need to be able to do some certain things in your farm. All these things will be costing you money. And you express your desire to learn. And you can't be an absentee farmer. You're going to put a lot of money down on your farm. If you're sure you're not going to be able to go to your farm 2 or 3 times a week, don't start. Or start very, very small till you're ready. Because you're going to put a lot of investment. You're going to do, when I say 20 pigs and 2 pigs, you're going to spend about 2-3 million. I'm sure if you give me 2-3 million, your cow that want 2-3 million, you'll be calling me every day to make sure I don't take it on the bed, on Agbara road, which is very bad. You'll be making sure, where are you going in Lagos? Is it island? Are you going to go to Agbara by any chance? If you are going to go to Agbara, leave the car and take public transport. So it's very important. It's very important that you pay attention. There are some things you will never know about your business until you spend time with it. You need to spend time on your farm and understand the principle of your farm, because all the things you'll be doing to make money are small adjustments. And the more of that you can do every day, the more profitable your farm will become.